here to demonstrate on how to put sealer on a floor with a T-bar. It's my way. Everybody has their own way. This is my way. Right now, the floor is all prepped and it's tacked up. It's a maple. It's a second grade. A lot of color in it. And it's all sanded and finished. It was a pre-finished. And it went yellow on her. She didn't like it, so she wants to go with the water-based finish. This water-based finish that we're using here today is actually a sealer. It's called First Coat from Tech. I love this sealer. Once you apply it, it gives you immediate build. A lot of sealers out there, when you apply it to the floor, to the hardwood floor, it penetrates and it doesn't give you a build. So this here will dry nice and quick on top, and as it dries, it cures very rapidly, and it gives you a nice build on top for the first coat, which is very normal for sealers. But a lot of sealers, when you apply them, like I said, they penetrate and you don't have much build on the floor. So with this sealer here, it asks you to shake it for a couple of minutes. I shook it a lot already. I already got a filter in here, ready to go. Got my T-bar ready, my cutting brush. I have a bucket of water ready to go, so when I'm all done, I can wash out my applicators so I can reuse them. And here I have flush mounts I installed into the maple floor. There's 3 of them. I don't really want to fill in the grooves with the sealer, so there's a technique that I like to do to make sure that I don't flood the groove with sealer and finishes. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about finish, on how I put on my finishes. With this project here, we've removed all the baseboards. As it is, it's a pre-finish, so I request all the baseboards be removed. They accept it, so I removed all of the baseboards. We got right up to all the walls. So now, we're going to start off with the sealer. When I put the sealer down, you can do a line all the way across, and then take a T-bar, get saturated before you start, and start going all the way to the wall, and start pulling it across. You want to make a wet line. So when you're putting it with the T-bar, you put a wet line on, and you kind of snow plow all the way across. When you're rolling on the floor with a roller, paint roller, what you can do is you can do a cut-in, which I'll be doing a cut-in with the T-bar, just along here. It's easier for me. Some people don't like brushing. I like brushing on my first cuts. On the end boards here, I try not to cut in because the applicator has a cutter, so it'll get really close. Just like when I first start with T-bar, it is dry and it's hard to get up to the edges. Okay, crucial. She tacks up real fast, dries really fast. So you have about 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes to play with it. Don't let it sit. Don't put it on the floor and think about what you're doing. Just do it. If it looks bad, it's okay. If you left an area where you puddled, it's okay. Just let it dry. You can come back after it dries, sand that section down, and reapply another coat on the area that you sanded. I love this sealer because once you do that, it does not leave any lap marks. You can't even see any repairs that you've done. I'm not going to do that. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the sealer on the floor. I'll put on a small amount so I can do my cut-in. Then I'm going to pour another line on the floor so I can T-bar. So I'll kind of demonstrate here. And like I said, when I do my first cut-in, I got the brush already. I'm going to pour close to the wall so I can just load up with the brush and do along the wall, because I don't want to have excess finish going behind the wall. It creates problems. Okay. So, like I said, I do a small thin line first. Once again, avoid your flush mounts. If you want, you can brush around them, make it a little bit easier. I have a cord. I'll throw my T-bar right into the finish, so I can start loading up while I'm doing my cutting. So kind of cut it around the vents, like that. Maybe over here a little bit because it'll be hard for me to get at later. It's okay if you overlap it. It doesn't hurt. Just when you overlap, just make sure you don't get puddles. Okay? I just grab and go, grab and go, grab and go. And try to go with the grain of the wood with the brush, because like I said, it tacks up real fast. Because if you don't, you'll have brush strokes going across the boards. You don't want that. And especially after all the time that we put onto the floor. We put in 2.5 days of sanding and getting it all prepped up ready for this right now. Okay. Now I'm going to put a little bit more sealer on the floor. If you're doing a small room, don't put more sealer on the floor. Wait until you're just about done with the sealer that you applied. See, when I do my cut in, easy. I go right over the vents. I'm just doing this quick because I have to. If there's something that you missed, you can always back up. Oh, and I just push into like that the vents so I don't flood it. Okay? Done. Just remember, when you put the sealer on, it's not going to look the same when it dries. It'll be a lot lighter. And just do some little touch-ups here. This is the time to do it when it's still wet. Okay. As you can tell, the pictures and items are still on the wall. We're 99% dustless, so I don't have to worry about the dust. There's nothing for me to clean up. I did a door jamb. Hit my head on the chandelier. It always happens. Chandeliers are the worst. Okay. My line's getting a little thin here. That means I'm going to have to add to it. Before I do that, I'm going to stroke this out. If you're doing a commercial application like a gym or dance hall, I usually don't do a pull out like this to make sure it's all good. I just apply it and pull out my ends where my swirls are. Okay. So now, I gotta watch out how much I'm putting on the floor because I don't have my floor left. Okay, which is good. finish is normally we sand between coats, and this sealer here, it reduces grain rays from happening, so it's easier to sand between coats to remove any grain raises so we can have a smooth finish. If you look at the floor, you see how it's drying? It's drying quick. And it's shiny. It's like a high gloss finish. There. Now, over here, I'm going to do a pull-out. So before I do my pull-out, I want to cut around the edges, make my job easier. So when I'm putting on a finish, sometimes I don't do that because I know it's done really good from the sealer. Okay. And if you drip on the floor, just have a cloth with you and just kind of wipe it up a bit. Some finishes, it doesn't like it if you spill or drip on the floor. This finish is nice because it melts with any contaminants that you drip on the floor. Like if I go like this and you've got these drips on the floor, it's okay. You can just wipe it up. If you're not going to be there right away, it'll be fine. So now I'm going to grab some of the finish over here because I have lots. Or you can always pour a little bit over there. So you do your pull up. This is how I keep my wet line wet and happy. I always gotta keep it happy. Tap, tap, tap. Always tap. You don't want to tap too hard. If you tap too hard, it'll spread little droplets across the floor. And if you're looking to buy someone's sealer, it is available in Canada. I get mine through a company called HFS Distributors. They're in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. And if you're looking for it, they can ship it out to you. And nice thing about this finish, it's nice and thick, and you can apply it like oil base. There's a lot of water bases out there, and I tried lots of them. We're running a little thin on the line. There are a lot of water-based finishes. They're like water, and that's why you don't get a build, and you pay a lot of money for it. This here is a lot less than the Highland finishes that they say they are. Okay. I just threw a little bit of finish in my brush because I just don't want it to dry up while it's waiting for me when I reach the other end. It's getting a little tacky here. I should have went around here with the brush, but oh well. Okay. Now, if you look at the far other end of the floor here, in the living room, that's dry. That's your build. That's what you want. Oh yes, and another thing about this sealer and finishes, they're all ceramic formulated, so you're going to get a tough finish and sealer. Even sealer is ceramic, which will last you a very long time. I did a floor that was 10 years old and looked like I just did it the day before. She just wanted it done because she wanted to change colors. Yes. Wow. Slow down. When you're getting close to the end, don't pour a line, just pour little puddles. As you pour in the puddles, you can control what's on the floor, because when you get to the end, what do you do with the sealer? You have to try to get it off the floor somehow and dispose of it. If you've never used a T-burner before, well, like I said, it's good luck because it is not very user-friendly. I've been using the T-bar for over 40 years. So now here, I'm just going to do a cut in here and cut in here. Same thing over here, I'm going to do a cut in here. Beautiful, because you're going to bring the T-bar right across the edges. Let's say you come back in an hour. You can put the finisher on the floor within an hour after you, which is nice. So now, when you come back, and she looks really good, except for a couple areas that look like you missed. Just grab your brush and put some on. It won't hurt it. Okay, so swoosh it in there. I have some contaminants in my puddles here, so that is okay. My T-bar is pulling it out. I don't have to be too worried about it. And if you do get a lot of contaminants, the finish is quite heavy. And the contaminants tend to come to the surface. They're easy to remove. Okay? We're at the end here. I'm just gonna, right where the contaminants are, just gonna bring it over here. It's easy to remove here. I can just pick it out. If you have any questions, just flick it off. That won't hurt nothing. Just contact me. I'm just you're just going to put this brush here. Usually I have a container kicking around here. Put it in there. A small amount. Small is better than more. You can control the small. If you ever need more, you can just apply more. It's okay. Tap, 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 tap. She's getting tacky, which is okay. Okay. Awesome. It looks awesome. This is maple. And if I screw it up, I would see it. Till then, till tomorrow, I'll be applying the finish. And we'll do the prep on a maple here on the sealer. We'll do the prep, back it, tack it, give it a quick tack with a wet cloth, then apply the finish, and I'll show you that tomorrow. Talk to you later.